Okay, Taurus, I apologize once again because last week I believe I created an extra alarm, and I didn't think to turn either of them off, and that was another one. So now I think you're gonna have 3 videos, part 1, 2, and 3. That's embarrassing. This is a new adventure for me, a new journey. I apologize. Have patience with me because I hope to get better along the way. Unless I can figure out tonight how to combine the 3 together. If you guys could let me know a good app or a way to do it in the comments, I'd appreciate it. So that sucks. So 3 videos for you guys. The one underneath the deck is the 7 of Swords. So I've learned that man is like a cheater, stealer, liar type. He's got those swords, but he didn't earn them fairly, necessarily. So he's looking over his shoulder like he's guilty about something. And that's underneath the 7 of Wands. Yeah. That's the 7 of Wands. That's the 7 of Swords. So I don't know if you're defending maybe something has happened to you this week that is unfair, which is why you deserve justice, which is why the Hierophant is in reverse. Well, let's go closer with it. I'm gonna read from the book. Sorry, I'm still pretty new at this, so I'm just sticking to the books, and maybe eventually one of these days I can kind of go on my own, you know, not have to use the book as much. 6 of Swords. Six of Swords. This is the first card out. A ferryman carrying passengers in his punt to the further shore. It means journey by water, route, way, envoy, commissionary, or expedient. That didn't have a whole lot to it. But I know I've read like in another deck that the swords, in my other deck, the swords represent thoughts or ideas or memories that they're taking with them. Because I mean, we can't, everything that we've been through is kind of always with us, right? But some things we deserve to let go of. And that one was upright. Journey by water, route, way, envoy, commissionary, expedient. So not a whole lot coming from that. Underneath it is the 4 of Swords, which is this card. The 4 of Swords shows rest, recovery, and recharging batteries after a period of struggle, stress, and strain. You may feel slightly detached from outside events, experiencing a need to retreat inside yourself for comfort, or you may just feel too weary to participate for the moment. A period of rejuvenation is needed. Time to regroup one's resources before continuing onward again. Take some time out to replenish. This card can also indicate convalescence, which I don't even know what that means, but are you taking a trip? Did you just get back from one? Has the Mercury retrograde and the full moon in Gemini cause some inertia for you? Because I feel some of that. And it's kind of like this week, let's just let it settle, regroup. So maybe the beginning of the week is just like, oh, I just need a rest from all that energy. And that makes sense. I feel that. I feel that to some degree as well. I'm also right on the cusp of, I'm a Gemini, Taurus Gemini cusper, so I'm barely into Gemini, so I do connect with your guys' energy quite a bit. I feel like I'm right there, pretty close there to you. I feel like I take on some of that as well, but that could just be the duality of the Gemini that I think. So the Hierophant in reverse is the next card, and it's right in the middle. The Hierophant. Upright, it means marriage, alliance, captivity, servitude, mercy, and goodness. Inspiration, the man to whom the current has recourse. And reversed, which is how it is for you guys, it means society, good understanding, concord, over kindness or weakness. So, is your kindness being taken as weakness? I can relate to that. Society, good understanding, over kindness or weakness. All right. Okay. And then under is the Justice card. Trying not to let these readings be too long, but where I really have to still kind of read, they're kind of long still. Justice is very much a card of balance, though more of the rational, logical mind, using the intellectual mind rather than the emotional self. Okay. I haven't read that one about the Justice card yet, so it's more intellectual, logical thought and balance. A balanced mind will be required in order to come to a well-balanced decision that is fair and reasonable for all concerned. It can represent the legal ruling upon a matter falling in favor of the rightful side. Legal documents are implied, including marriage agreements. Justice usually has a beneficial outcome unless other cards indicate otherwise. So, that was under your Hierophant in reverse. I think you will be receiving the justice that you deserve this week. The Hierophant in reverse. Society, good understanding, concord, over kindness, and weakness. Or you just have a really good understanding for something this week too, which I've been receiving clarity if I didn't say that yet. I want to say Aries reading was about the same. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, if you have those in your, if Taurus is any of those, then this should resonate with you. The next card out is the 6 of Wands in reverse. 6 of Wands. In reverse, apprehension, fear as of a victorious enemy at the gate. Treachery, disloyalty as of gates being opened to the enemy. Worried about something. I can understand that. Maybe a little bit of a competitive energy going on here. Maybe there's something you feel like you have to compete for, or someone you feel like you have to compete with. I can resonate with that. Apprehension, fear as of a victorious enemy at the gate, treachery, disloyalty as of gates being opened to the enemy. Well, maybe somebody needs to fear you, Taurus. These two, remember, they're looking at this Justice and Hierophant. Oh no. When I put them down, they're like that. So he's looking there and there. So yeah, maybe it's someone who is fearing the justice that you will be deserving this week or receiving. Wow. Page of Wands. Page of Wands. As a person, this could be a child or a young person with a fire element to them. Active and energetic, cheerful, optimistic, sometimes appears quite fearless, action-oriented, full of new ideas, but often lacks thinking it through. Tendency to dive into things head first without much forethought. Cheeky little monkey or lovable rogue describes this person. And again, he's looking back at the Justice card, like looking towards it. Which I really feel like this is your power this week. This is like you receiving the justice and standing in your power. So, I'm not sure. But if it's an event and not a person and just a general energy, then it's good news coming in. Usually swiftly, maybe work related, can be classed as letters, telephone calls, or word of mouth. So otherwise, you're receiving the justice that you deserve this week. I'm so happy for you. And I feel some of that for myself this week too. I'm gaining some clarity, and I've been able to kind of let some things go. It's almost for me like a little bit of like emotional justice. Let's see. So the overall energy, I guess that's what I'm having these at the bottom of the deck. The bottom of the deck energy. It's kind of like a clarifying energy. I don't know. I'm kind of just going with these the best that I can. Making up this spread. I just kind of made this up. The Seven of Wands. I had to count the wands again because I can't read the Roman numerals. A young man on a craggy eminence brandishing a staff. 6 other staves are raised towards him from below. This means it's a card of valor, for on the surface, 6 are attacking 1, who has, however, the vantage position. Oh. So these wands are like coming at this one here. On the intellectual plane, it signifies discussion, wordy strife. In business, it means negotiations, war of trade, barter, competition. It is further a card of success, for the combatant is on the top and his enemies may be unable to reach him. Yes. Good. Good. That is you receiving the justice this week. I'm happy for you, honestly. I'm happy for you. And underneath that is this 3 of Swords. So whatever you're receiving justice for really could have hurt you. Really. It makes me wonder where I'm having this be a weekly reading, it makes me wonder, the time frame that you've been going through. And now you're receiving, the time frame where you felt like things were unfair for you, and now you're receiving some justice. That's where I should probably start to read numbers a little bit better. So there's a 6. The Hierophant's a 5. And that's a 6. So 6, 5, 6. And then this is 7. And then you have the 4 of Swords and the 7 of Swords. 2 6s, 2 7s. I don't know. And then underneath that 7 of Wands is the 7 of Swords. Let's see what it says. This guy. The 7 of Swords can represent situations not going as you had anticipated or bad luck affecting matters. Sometimes theft may be indicated, so you need to be mindful of this and take the necessary precautions. It can often show a situation where something is taken in greed without any apparent feelings of guilt. Such is usually the nature of theft. There is an element of unfairness surrounding this card, but forewarned is forearmed. This card also represents the use of diplomacy against heavy-handed methods to achieve the desired result. So, could have had this type of energy happen to you, which is now why now you're receiving justice, which is awesome. You know, and anything can be on the flip side too. Maybe if there's thoughts or ideas of you wanting to do something, I don't know. I'm not going to go there. Anyways. I believe in karma. You know, good, positive energy. What you put out is usually what you receive. When you kind of get into that darker, more negative stuff, and whatever you put out is what you receive. So I love watching karma take its course. Let me know if you guys have any good experiences with that, but I just try to stay on the positive aspect of things, and sometimes it takes time, but most all my life I always receive the justice that I deserve for being a good person, making good choices. So I hope that's what's going on for you guys here this week too. The last deck I have is this cute Solitary Witch deck. They're just oracle cards, so some more little messages that I can pull for you. I need to cleanse these ones. But let me know in the comments if this resonates with you at all. See what other little messages. But yeah, that Justice card really stands out. It's right in the middle there. So hopefully you're receiving justice, what you deserve this week. If you've been going through any rough times, and this week seems like some of that burden's going to be lifted from you. And I sure hope so. Let's see what cards. The Maiden and the Imbolc Lamb. So a lamb would be like young, fresh, new energy. Imbolc is actually in February, so that's when, oh cool, that's when the buds start to come up underneath the snow, the first buds. So I know I was asking for a time frame. I feel like maybe closer to February, there's going to be even more clarity coming through for you on this same situation or something that you've been dealing with for a little while. The Witch's house. So I'm not sure, but she's gazing up at that house. She's just looking at it though. Or maybe she's going to it. Maybe the advice that I'm giving you this week is being very helpful for you. The Witch shows her daughter the moon. That's really pretty. That's really sweet. She's got a little infant or child in her arms, and she's teaching her, showing her the moon. The moon, that looks beautiful, luminescence. The moon is like the goddess or the grandmother to me. Wisdom. Feminine. And, oh shoot, that was not right. I was supposed to pull it from underneath. The charging of her wand. This has been coming out a lot in this deck, this one. So, to me, the charging of her wand would mean, like, her wand's going to give her her magic and her powers, right? So, whatever tools that you use or beliefs that you have, use them. Charge them up. You know? Spirituality is important for me, at least. That's what revives me, gives me the energy to keep going. So, charging of her wand. And then let's take one more. I have these Ask Your Guides Oracle. Let's see if it has advice for you this week. To cleanse these, I have some frankincense over here. It's the only incense that I have right now, but it is definitely working. But yeah, these readings speak to me too, which is also why I enjoy doing them. It's just fun. And also, I mean, I don't believe that I'm telling the future or telling you what to do or believe or anything. I'm just trying to pick up on general energies that might be going on for you this week. And maybe giving you some advice. Sometimes maybe it's nice to see the pictures of the cards, kind of paint a picture and then be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Now that I understand why I'm feeling that way this week or whatever. I'm just want to help somebody out at all, if at all. Hope you guys are having a good week though. I think you are with that Justice card right in the middle. You deserve it. And I know Taurus, you guys are hard workers. Like I said, I'm right close to the cusp of Taurus. So I feel like I take on some of your energy. Discontent and muses. Oh, dang, that's not that great. But hopefully whatever you're discontent about can be cleared up this week. With the Justice card, that one there is right in the middle and stands out to me the most. For you this week, muses. I don't know. A muse is like something that you admire, like a muse. I'm not sure if that means anything for you guys. And discontent and muses. And there's faces, like a mask. I don't know. Trickery, too? I'm not sure. That one, that's kind of like a trickery thief card. So yeah, I don't know if someone's trying to pull the wool over your eyes this week and trick you in some way, or I don't know. But don't fall for it. I don't think you will, though. You've got that Justice card right there. Even her eyes are covered up. Let's read that one more time. The Justice card. That one stands out the most. Justice. Excuse me. Justice is very much a card of balance, though more of the rational, logical mind, using the intellectual mind rather than the emotional self. A balanced mind will be required in order to come to a well-balanced decision that is fair and reasonable for all concerned. It can represent the legal ruling upon a matter falling in favor of the rightful side. Legal documents are implied, including marriage agreements. Justice usually has a beneficial outcome unless other cards indicate otherwise. So, use your mind this week. Be smart. It's crazy how it says marriage, because I think in other decks, the Hierophant can represent marriage. And like legal contracts and I don't even know. I don't know why it doesn't say that on the Hierophant. Sorry, you guys. It's probably in the other deck that I read it at. The Hierophant. Oh yeah, the Hierophant means marriage, alliance, captivity, servitude, mercy, and goodness. Inspiration, the man to whom the current has recourse, but in reverse, it means society, good understanding, concord, over kindness, and weakness. So good understanding is what, yeah, you're like having good understanding this week because you can't be tricked. These muses are like tricky. I don't know, there's masks and stuff, a muse. And this guy's tricky. Anyways, be aware. This is a good message. I'm glad. I feel like maybe someone deserves to receive this message. I think more clarity will be definitely come out in February with that in bulk card. And then the buds that I brought were, yeah, in bulk is the time of year when the buds are just starting to come under the snow. Then, oh wow, let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe to my channel. I hope you guys have a good week. Love you. See you next week. Bye.